Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Box Score Sports YouTube channel. I'm your host, Ryan. On today's episode, we're going to continue our NBA season preview, and we're going to talk about the Golden State Warriors. But before me and Clint get into it, let us know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on the Golden State Warriors going into this season. Let us also know what your predictions are. And don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want to know what our thoughts of their offseason is, go check out our video. We did it by divisions, so you'll have to look for the division, and we already talked about the offseason. So let's get into our season preview, Clint. So last year, they finished 38 and 34. They were seventh in the West. They did end up getting Kuminga back. They added Al Horford and Seth Curry, and the only notable loss is Kayvon Looney. So with that in mind, Clint, what is the strength of the Warriors team, or what are you most looking forward to for the Warriors?
Old man basketball. No.
Yeah.
They, again, I think the strength is their just wherewithal, their know of the game, their know of the system. And I know I labeled it like old man ball. I mean, it's kind of like that. They just have a bunch of guys that know how to play, that are kind of over themselves. Even Jimmy Butler, he's kind of so far over himself, knows, what he needs to do, knows what the team needs. And when you got four of those guys on your team, I think it's a strength. I think Al Horford fits in perfect with that, assuming, again, with all these guys, assuming you haven't lost a step this offseason, just having that institutional knowledge of basketball and what you need to do, I think is a huge strength for the Warriors.
100%. That's what I wrote down there. I put veterans, like they've been there before. Like these guys, they know what it takes to get through a season. Like you said, if they're over themselves, they'll work together. I do like the addition of Horford. I'm a little nervous about him being the starting center according to the depth chart, but it's a great addition because he's a really good defender and he can stretch the floor. And I think he will fit well next to the rest of the team. But really, just the know-how, the way to win, the winner's mentality that these guys have. All of them are championship caliber players, except Butler hasn't won. He hasn't won a chip, right? So he's the only one, but he's still got that veteran moxie. He's been to the finals before, so that's really the strength of them. And not to mention Stephen Curry is just fun, amazing to watch. And Seth Curry being part of the team, by the way, that's kind of cool. I like that they did that. Did you hear that? He offered money to Stephen Curry to get his number.
Yeah.
That was great. I loved it. I loved it. Okay, let's talk about their weakness. What is your biggest weakness for the Warriors going into the season, or what you're least looking forward to?
Yeah. So I think they ride I mean, obviously you have Steph Curry, so you have shooting.
Right.
But they're riding that fine line of balancing out having enough shooting with not enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Horford can help with that. But again, I don't think you want Horford playing 30, 35 minutes to start the season.
Right.
That's not your goal. So I think without Horford playing, the rest of the guys on the team, Moody, kind of hit and miss. Pods, kind of hit and miss. Buddy Hield, I mean, he a really good shooter, but again, kind of plays a role. So Kuminga, not a shooter. So I think the weakness is if one goes down, especially if it's Curry, we're really tight, and it can kind of clog up on them. And we saw that at times, even with Curry playing against a good defensive team like the Rockets. So I just worry that unless it rides smoothly, you're really close on that line between this looks awesome and there's nowhere to go.
Yeah. I think that's a really good one. I would say their big man rotation is a little concerning, especially because you are depending on Horford. Post had moments last year. There's some moments with Jackson Davis, but nobody you're comfortable going into the season actually relying on. So I think their big man rotation is iffy. And I put youth and athleticism. When you watch that Rocket series last year, you could tell the difference between like the activity and the speed and the height of the jumps, like between the Warriors and the Rockets. And obviously, when you get old, you lose your athleticism. So we understand this, but it's another year older, and I just feel like that conference is getting more young and athletic, and it's really hard. It's getting harder and harder for the Warriors to kind of keep up with that, where you're relying on like Kaminga to be that guy, but you can't rely on him to be on the floor. Moody, he's okay. Pod's okay, but like again, those are guys with that I wouldn't consider like uber athletic. Like they're athletic compared to us, obviously, but they're not like athletic like compared to like the Rockets or the Thunder or the people that the Nuggets have. So that's one of my big concerns, and I feel like that's a weakness going into the season.
Yeah, I feel like it's like what you said, like combining what we said. It's just like they have one path.
Yeah.
There's not many branches off of it. It's like we got to win one way, and it has to all come together.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed. Okay, your big question. What's your big question for the Warriors going into the season?
I think it's Kaminga. I know we talked about him too much the off season.
Yeah.
Just what is he going to be happy to do? What is he not going to be happy to do? How bad does he just want to get out of there? But if he wants to get out of there, obviously he's probably got to play good, have the right attitude. So I think, and he's not like a linchpin, like, oh my gosh, if Kaminga doesn't work out, the season's a total bust and they're not going to make the play-in tournament. But I think for any upside, whether it's just on the court or facilitating the deal, they have to get Kaminga on board, playing hard, playing smart. If they do so, good things will come. And if they don't, then it's going to be kind of like a distraction. And I don't want to say it'll submarine their season, but it can, throw things off. So I think he's kind of the question of what are we going to do? What do we have here?
Yeah, I think like too. Steve Kerr has shown the willingness not to play him too. So like there is that part. He did sign a 2 year, $48 million deal, so he's 24 million a year, but it's only 2 years, so it's this year, next year. So he can be traded by January 15th. So I think if he's a good soldier for 3 months, he might then get his wish and go somewhere else. And you could see a trade to bring another player in that might be a little bit more useful for the Warriors, and then give Kaminga a chance to go be useful somewhere else. I think that's a very strong possibility, which is the big question is like in order for the Warriors to be like a serious contender in my mind, they just need there's like a move they have to make. And you're in Curry's like twilight of his career. Like he's still kind of like at the end of his prime. You got to make the most of it. So what's the big move that you have in mind that's going to put you over the top that you're competing with the Thunder and the Rockets and the Nuggets? So that's sort of the big question I have. Obviously, the centerpiece will be Kaminga if he's that guy, but the question is who.
Yeah, I think the likelihood is he's going to end up on one of those not so great teams just because he wants that role. But you're right, he's got to get it together.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if like they could get the the Blazers in on him somehow, and they can flip him for like Holiday or Grant. And which would be such a Warriors thing to do to bring like a veteran guard. Like, okay, we're all in our 30s now in the starting lineup. Let's make this work, right? So, like,
35 plus only.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Success. What in your mind would be a successful season for the Warriors?
I think that for them, it has to be contending. Like
Yeah.
at this point, you don't bring in all these veterans to be like, hey, let's just not be a lottery team. So I think success for them is winning a round, at least, getting a good enough matchup that you don't have to play the Thunder right away. So to me, a successful season is second, third round.
Yeah, I think well, first off, the biggest success they can have is having Curry and Curry on the floor as much as possible. That's the first. No, I'm just kidding, but that would be kind of fun. Anyway, I think it's definitely a title run. Like that's success to me. So how far they get into that title run, it's whatever. You have a gauntlet in the West. So it's like if you get into the let's say the Western Conference Final and you lose to the Nuggets or the Thunder, it's not a failed season, but are we confident like that you could maybe pull off the victory there? Like you got to have a good title run, because again, Curry's at the end of his career. You want to make the most of it. This is what success is for you for the next 2 to 3 years to get Curry another title or do your best to. So I'm with you. Prediction?
So they were the 7th seed last year. They fell to the play-in. I'm going to give them a playoff spot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it goes against like my brain of like you have a bunch of these old guys, and especially if Steph Curry missed like a month, I think we have a lot of trouble. And as we brought out with the tight standings in the West, but we're going to assume health here. We're going to go. I think they are a playoff team just because of their smarts, their defense, and being able to play Horford and Draymond Green, and they can kind of switch, I think is a big plus. So I will give them a playoff spot.
Yeah, I have him at the same spot where we just got done talking about the Grizzlies, and I kind of feel the same about them, like the fringe playoff to play in. I will kind of lean towards your way, giving them the respect. Let's discount injuries for a moment and just be like, because of their moxie, because of their been there, done that, I think they could get a playoff spot. So I'm going to give it to them as well. Yeah. Okay, Clint, anything else on the Warriors?
No, it's one of those, you know, the older you get, you know, the more you kind of enjoy watching them play. So I think, you know, it's entertaining to see Steph Curry do what he does. And you're right, there's probably only a few years left of it. So enjoy it.
That's right. That's right. Okay, thanks everybody for watching and listening. Don't forget to comment down below what your thoughts are on the Warrior season coming up. Let us know. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. We hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll talk to you guys real soon. Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.